are pulling into Llano Cemetery. This is where my husband now resides. We're actually in one of the oldest parts of Llano, which is one of the oldest cemeteries in our city. But the plot was purchased several generations ago, and my aunts and my mother were kind enough to allow me to use this plot. That way I could save just a little bit of money, because the cost of a funeral is so insanely expensive. Actually, I should probably do a video on that just to tell people, because it's insane, and I know people my age, I had no idea. So there is my sweet husband, you can see him right there, and I'm gonna go and take him flowers, and I'm gonna let y'all kind of come with me. There's my man, new anniversary flowers. I figured I'd talk to y'all a little bit on the way out of here until I get on the highway. it's really amazing considering the vast majority of these people are soldiers, or like they should be like the age of my great-great-grandparents, and some like my grandparents' age, but definitely like 80s, like 80-year-old, like would be now to I don't know, like 120. I don't even know, but and they still, I mean, they still have family, and they still have friends, and they still have people that love them and bring them flowers, and it's just really remarkable. And honestly, it kind of gives me hope. I know that after this life that there's somewhere else that I'll go, but I mean that, you know, maybe my memory or the love will keep going. And that's really, you know, I feel like what we strive to do is to live a life that is loved and that can be loved even after we've departed. So I will see y'all in a little bit. I'm hoping this road noise is not too bad and I don't have to like refilm this. We'll see. But I am headed to Lubbock, which is the town that my husband and I lived in. I'm leaving the town of Amarillo, where I live now and where I'm from. Headed to Lubbock. My niece is graduating high school, which is just insane. And so that's not super significant, except for the fact that, hold on, I'm gonna get on cruise control. Except for the fact that today is my wedding anniversary, which, going to the town that my husband and I are from, well, or are, like, we were from, and I'd say like probably like 70% of our relationship happened was in Lubbock, and so it's a hard town for me to go to. It's harder than his hometown. It's a town that we loved. It's a town that we grew up in. It's a town that we partied in. It's where all of our friends were from. Lubbock is just, it holds it's a double-edged sword in my heart. So I'm headed there on my anniversary, which I guess I should point out for those who don't know and can't tell from the title of my channel. I'm widowed. My husband died in October of 2015, just like, it was like 27 days before I delivered our son. We were newlyweds. We were together off and on for 10 years. We were always in contact, but like he went to college in Seattle. I moved around a lot. Like, we just had an unorthodox, non-conventional relationship. Always knew that we loved each other and that we were each other's home, but we didn't do like the norm of how relationships usually go. But most of our relationship was in Lubbock, and tonight is my anniversary, and so I'm like, I don't want to hang out with my family and just pretend that everything's okay, so I'm going to go out. But going out was like our thing. I mean, I'm 27. Let's see, I was like 20 when we were hanging out in Lubbock most of the time. He lived in this like cowboy living community with all of our closest friends. And Lubbock, I mean, that's where we partied. That's where we did our most intense things. It's where we acted the most crazy. It's where our friends usually wound up in jail. It's where we bar hopped. It's where we knew all the bartenders. It's where we went out like every night of the week. It's where we woke up in the next mornings trying to figure out what happened last night. It's where we had his daughter. It's where I got pregnant. It's an important part of our story, his and mine, and it's hard to go. But I think, honestly, today being our anniversary, this morning I have this picture on my one of my dressers, and it's of our wedding, but it's the day. No, it's of the wedding, and so it's he and I, and we had 6 like grooms people apiece. Is that what they're called? Wedding party? I don't know. We had 6 apiece, and it's insane. This is not going to stay in focus, and I apologize, you guys. But the people that were closest to us, that were our ride or dies, our wolf pack, our forever, never going to like betray us, lived with us, like through thick and thin, just our people, like our made family together. It depleted without my husband. Of my bridal party, I'm still really close with one person, trying to mend a relationship with another person, and then my other 2 bridesmaids that I'm still kind of close to were my husband's really dear friends. And then on his side, like one person, and his best man, who was our everything. Like, I was pretty much married to the both of them. I wasn't, but they were like, I mean, forever. He was with me to deliver my son in place of my husband because he couldn't be there. Like, our person has left. I don't know where he is anymore. He just kind of, I don't know if the mourning was too much. I don't know if I was too much. I don't know if, like, seeing our son was too much. I don't know if his girlfriend led this. I don't know. But aside from losing my husband, that's the second hardest loss that I've taken. And I don't know if he still lives here. I believe he doesn't. But seeing him would destroy me. And every time I come to Lubbock, I know that that's a possibility, to run into him. And it's crazy what happens with loss. They say that people's true colors come out in moments of devastation, and your down moments more so than like your ups. And it's insane. It's not only like the immediate of the heartbreak, and everybody bands together and they're with you and they're supporting you and they're going through their own grieving, but they understand that, like, this is a person that you lived with, this is a person that you loved, this is the person that you battled with, this is the person that you went to bed with every single night, this is the person that you planned your whole future with, no matter friends, no matter family, no matter housing, no matter money. Like, this was your person, and they understand that, and they hold their grief aside and they focus on you. And then all of a sudden they don't. And it doesn't matter that his son is here, and it doesn't matter that he'll never know his father, and it doesn't matter that their memories that, like, I want installed in my son of his father disappear with them. They just leave. They go back on with their lives, I guess. I mean, they have jobs, they have friends, they have memories, they have their own stuff. But it's like everything where they were, we'll be here, call us. We'll be here all the time. We'll go to all of the games. We'll go to everything, every function. Like, we are still here for you. But there's like this tiny clause at the bottom that they are here for you for a set amount of time. Like, a whatever they feel or think or move on, whatever their time is of my grieving. And then it's not anymore. Then it's like, be over it. How can I be over it? Like, y'all stood at my wedding. I had a kind of destination wedding. We got married like 8 hours, 9 hours from home. Kind of. I mean, Texas is huge, right? And we never had easy. Like, we always had, life set me up to be strong enough to be a widow and to keep going. 100% my life has been just trenches after trenches after trenches after trenches, and I make the best of it. It's what my mother taught me. That's how we do. And so all of our friends know. They know our stories. They know our life. They know my husband's stories. And it's just so crazy to me that our dearest people, like our family we created, like I said, our wolf pack, they gave me a time to grieve. And mind you, I delivered a baby in shorter than a month. So I was going through depression of being a widow. I naturally have always battled depression just on my own. Then postpartum depression. All together. Also, we had a lot of business stuff before he passed, and so I was dealing with the business, I was dealing with the IRS, I was dealing with all of the stuff, dealing with our families, dealing with different ideas on how things proceed, trying to raise a newborn, all of it. And it's like our people, they don't care, they didn't see. They decided that I should be back to life. I should be calling them. I should be texting them. I should be functioning. I should be going out again, which, one, as a new parent, that's really hard to just drop it and go out. Throw in the idea of going to a bar and they're playing love songs and there's people dancing in couples and there's kissing and there's the memories. My husband and I were dancers. We went out all the time. We went dancing. We were avid music listeners. That's not really English. Anyways, so that was our scene. That's where we went. We would go to a good Texas country bar, and that's where we spent our time whenever we weren't doing other things that adults have to do. How do friends expect you to just go back to that? And I got on antidepressants shortly after I delivered my son. I realized I had to do something to be okay. But they didn't work, and I didn't realize they didn't work until, it's been 3 years since I lost my husband, almost, and I didn't know until about 3 months ago that I needed a booster for my antidepressants, and it's changed things drastically. I'm very grateful for it, but I was still facing suicidal thoughts every single day. If not every day, at least every other day. I would drive home from school and I would think I could just this car and it would be done, and it's all done. I love my son more than life itself. I love my mother. I would never put either of them through that, and that's what kept me from rolling my car or doing whatever thoughts went through my head. But I had to fight every day to stay on the right mental highway and to not, sorry I burped, and to not just quit, just joining. And you can't tell people that. You can't tell people I'm suicidal. They're like, oh shit, we're going to take your kid away. You can't tell people the truth because they're just going to stick you in a funny farm. Instead of figuring out, let's talk about it. Let's slow things down. Let's change this routine. Let's change your prescription. Let's do something. They go to you're wrong. It's your fault. And you need to be put into a psych ward because obviously you're suicidal is just absolutely unreasonable, which is totally not unreasonable. I lost the love of my life. I also lost our daughter, who was from a different relationship, but we had raised for her almost entire life up until that point. She was taken away from me on the day of my husband's funeral while I was pregnant. I'm going through postpartum depression. Of course, you know what I want to do? I want to be alive. No. It's so reasonable, but people don't see it. And if they do see it, they don't think about it. And I've lost so many friends and so many of his friends because I didn't, snap back. And I hope that for others, if you see this, who knows if you will, but if you know someone who's lost significant love, or a child or a spouse, that you are able to give them time, whatever time they need. Some people can turn around and they find love again and they're good again, and they go, you go in and out. It's never going to be gone. You're always going to be a widow or a widower, but some people are able to get back out into it again. Some people aren't. I've been married for 3 years. I still wear my wedding rings. I don't wear my engagement ring because it's in a safe, because my heart can't bear the thought of losing it. I don't think I'll ever take them off. I will always be married to my husband. Should I find another person who I can be with? That's a possibility. I will never say never. But they will have to understand that I will also always still be in love with my husband. My husband didn't divorce me. My husband didn't do me wrong. He didn't leave me. He is still the love of my life. And he is still the father of my child. And he is still, we met when I was 15. We got married when I was 25. Like, he's been my whole life. I don't know. I got off on a tangent. But I hope that if you know somebody who's lost somebody, give them time. Keep texting them. You have no idea. Even if they can't text you back, text them and say, I love you, or I'm thinking about you, or anything, like absolutely anything. Just to let people know that you're there it brings so much warmth to my heart. When even like people who aren't my friends, old acquaintances, I'll get a random text and they're just like, hey baby, I'm thinking about you. It changes my whole week from one text that took 12 seconds. My week has changed, and I'm uplifted, and I'm ready to battle, the next date that's coming up, be it the wedding date, his birth date, our daughter's birth date, my son's birth date, and the fact that my husband isn't seeing it, be it the fact that it's the 14th of some month, which is the day that my husband died. Whatever it is, I'm able to more easily face it because of something that took a second. Well, not a second, 7 seconds. Be that person. Like, you don't have to go above and beyond. You don't have to be there every day. You don't have to call every day. You don't have to send gifts. You don't have to do all of the stuff that you do in the beginning. Send the text. Write the card. Understand that not everybody grieves in the same amount of time. Understand if someone's grievance is shorter than you think it should be. Like, unless you have lost the person that lays next to you every night, or unless you've lost a child that you were supposed to pass prior to, you don't understand. It's not family. It's different than family. Like, you chose this person out of all the people in the entire world to be your person. This child you carried, or you conceived, or you helped bring into this world. Those two loves, I don't think that they're even measurable to anything else. And I could be wrong. I haven't lost a parent yet. I've lost more friends than I can count. I've lost family. I've lost almost all of my uncles. But when you lose someone that lives inside of your house, that's on your walls, that's in your memories, that you know everything about, that is supposed to be your forever until you leave this planet, until you lose that, you have no idea the triggers, the emotions, the hard moments, the happy moments, the hardness that comes from enjoying a happy moment, the horror it is to go to bed at night, the horror it is to know that you're considering to be with someone else, and what that must do to your spouse. If they know, you pray they don't know, but you pray that, there's so much. It's nonstop. TV shows, the movies. My husband died by drowning, so Any kind of show where it's water, I can't do it. Any kind of, like, our songs that we would dance to, there's still a song I cannot listen to. I will lose my cool. There's TV shows, movies, oh my god, Hallmark, like, and there's always a widow, and they're like, bullshit. That is not what you, no, that is not the meltdown you have when you lose your husband. I promise, because I was hauled to the emergency room and kept under watch for a very long time. Not to mention, it took me, I want to say, I can't remember if it was like 18 months maybe before I was allowed to be alone. My mother, who lives next door, had to sleep with me at night, or at least sleep in my living room. Like, just social media, pop culture, people, it's not this quick turnaround, and it's not this like, oh, my husband thought, what am I gonna do? Like, it's not, like, it is earth shattering, trying to dig your way with your feet down to China to get the where you are. Sorry, I'll bleep that out. It's not. And I'm rambling. I'm on a rant. It's my anniversary. My husband's not here. I'm going to the set town where we made our life. So, I'm putting this out there. I hope that if you're still watching this, that you got something out of it. And if you didn't watch it, you're not listening to me right now. I don't know that it make any sense. Hopefully the road noise isn't too bad. And I'm pulling into Lubbock right now. Just take a moment. Enjoy your spouse if you have one. Hug your child if you have one. Text a friend if you have one that has lost something. Just let this, my whatever this is, rant, help you help someone, even in the smallest way. I will go ahead and say that I feel like this is something that's been set upon my heart to share my story. I do have a blog. I'll link it below. I do have an Instagram. I'll link it below. This is new to me, but I feel like it's been set upon my heart that I need to reach a larger amount of people. I need to be a voice. I am a strong woman. I am capable to face the future. I will be here. I'm not leaving. God, I hate Lubbock's roads. And so I hope that I can help someone. I hope that I can help someone who knows someone who's lost their love. I hope that I can help someone who has lost their love. I'm going to keep putting this out there. I'm going to keep putting my heart out there. And I don't know how to do this. Okay, so my camera overheated, but I'm at my destination. I'm not on my phone driving. I'm seatbeltless and parked. See, don't get on to me. But I didn't want to leave it just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Wish me luck. And I hope y'all have a blessed day and a blessed life. And that you come back. You know, who doesn't want to listen to a little more ranting? Bye, guys.